What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 5 minute gear review. And in this video, we're going to be going over the Tactical Tailor rolling duffel bag. Now, I will lead with this up front. The review side is going to be roughly around 5 minutes, but I will also pull some gear out so that way you can see what it looks like inside of the bag, and that way you can determine whether or not this bag is going to work for you, or if you want to go with something like the Eagle Industry Trek bag, the SoTech bags, or the force protection gear bags. It's just going to depend on the amount of gear that you need to carry for your travels and wherever you're going. So with that, when it comes to the Tactical Tailor rolling duffel bag, this is probably going to be one of the most expensive on the market. It's going to range anywhere from about $300 all the way up to about $600. And take my advice on it. I bought this when it was right around Black Friday, and they usually dive those prices all the way down to that $300 mark, and you can get a total steal on this bag. So take that into consideration when looking at this bag if you do want to purchase it, if it is going to work for you, so that way you're saving the money in the long run. Now, the other thing that I will say about this bag and why I think that price is justified all the way up to that $600 point is if you like being really organized and you like having your kit and equipment squared away and you don't like things being in a disarray or in chaos, this thing is very, very organized. And as we go through it, you'll probably see that with the amount of pockets and things that are going on in this bag to help keep things in order. So if you're that type of a person, I would recommend going with this bag, just because I do think it's superior to the other bags that are on the market. So with probably the exception of force protection gear, they put up a pretty competitive product. So with that, I'm going to dive right into this so that way you can see everything that's going on. So you have your 3 cinch straps up top to help keep everything retained and cinch it down and tight in a nice neat package if you want to go that far. So you do have those straps on the exterior. There's 3 of them. There's a top one, a middle one, and a bottom. You do have your top and bottom handles to be able to carry this guy, and then you do have your side handles. These are pretty long when it comes down to it. You can use these kind of as backpack straps. It doesn't come with backpack straps on the back of this like the Eagle Industries or the SoTechs do, but you can easily use these as backpack straps. It's pretty comfortable. I've done it before and I didn't have any issue with it. So you do have a little bit of Velcro to go around these two, so that way if you want to Velcro those together, you do have that option. When it comes to the back side of this, you do have your steel frame running through the entire back portion of this, and then you also have the bottom portion, and that Velcro is all together, combines itself all on that side. And then you do have your pretty robust and heavy duty wheels. So you can buy replacement parts for these guys as well, which is nice. I know the Eagle Industries are they're not hard to find. You can find them real easily on eBay, but parts for them can be challenging sometimes. So with that, Tailor does, I believe, still have a really good deal when it comes to their warranty. In the event that this breaks, they'll fix things and get it back to new. So that is one thing to think about. When it comes to the pockets of this guy, you do have quite a few pockets compared to the Eagle Industry and the SoTechs that are out there. So up top, you do kind of have your clear pocket, and you can throw documents in there, traveling information, everything that you need that you may want to throw up top there, so that way it's easily accessible. It's a 2-pocket kind of Velcro system, so you have this interior pocket and then you have your exterior pocket with a little Velcro in there as well. So if you want to throw your name tape on there, you can. And then you have 2 large exterior pockets and then 1 small exterior pocket. So these large exterior pockets are pretty spacious, and they do have some organizational capabilities where you can unvelcro this right here, Velcro it to itself, and then split that pocket if you want to. So you do have that option when it comes to breaking those large pockets up into smaller pockets. And that goes, I believe, for both sides. Nope, just for that one side. So that bottom side on the video, if I'm looking at it correctly, you have that splitter or divider on that side, but then this is just one large pocket. So if you have tools that you want to take with you and you want to separate them from the kit and on the interior, you do have that capability. And up top, you do have your smaller pocket. So if you want to throw anything in, easily accessible, especially during travels and all that, I would throw everything up there. So that's what the exterior pocket look like. And then when it comes to the interior, you do have quite a bit of space. So you have your 1 large pocket with a couple of smaller pockets on the interior. So On the lid, you have these 3 mesh pockets with zippers. So you do have that organizational capability for whatever you want to throw in here, whether you're throwing kit, clothing, uniforms, a bunch of other equipment that you may want to be taking with you. You have a lot of space on the interior of this, plus that organizational capability with these zipper pockets on that flap. Additionally, on the interior, you do have these straps. So if you have a plate carrier that you want to keep retained and not allow to slide around, you can buckle everything in and cinch it down so that way it's not going anywhere and it's not going to move on you. So you do have that capability as well. When it comes to how much you can throw in here, I'll show you both with the regular Army conventional equipment, that the IOTV, the ACH, all of that, with all the parts and the components, and I'll show you with a plate carrier and then Cry airframe and then a belt. So that way you can see, based off different types of mission sets and environments or work environments, how much space you're going to have based off the equipment that you're utilizing. So when it comes to your regular Army issued equipment, throw your IOTV in there, you can see that you do have quite a bit of space. You can lay it out flat like this, or you can fold it up to where it's nice and neat and organized, and with your hard plates in there, you can set it up in that configuration if you want. It's entirely up to you. I prefer leaving it open just so that way nothing's really getting pressed in any weird configuration. So with all the other components though, if you want to take or are required to take those with you, you can throw those in there as well. I'm just going to throw all the pouches that you're going to get issued in this bag so that way you can see what it looks like with all of the issued equipment and how much space you're still going to have with this in there for clothes and other equipment. So sorry it's not nice and neat or anything like that. The intent is just to show you how much space you really have. So throw everything that you get issued right in there, whether it's pouches, pockets, hydration systems, canteen pouches, canteens. You have a lot of space and enough space to even throw your helmet in there as well. So that way you can utilize and maximize that space as needed. And then you still have a lot of space for everything else that you may want to throw in there for your uniforms and other equipment that you may need. So you do have some space and some options in this giant pocket. Now, this is definitely a lot bulkier equipment than the stuff that you're probably going to see soft dudes running around with, but I do want you to show you, or I want to show you what it looks like with this equipment in there, so that way you know you have the space when it comes down to it. So I'm gonna dump this in. Then I'll throw this other stuff in here, the plate carrier and some other smaller equipment. So with some of the smaller equipment that dudes are getting issued, the Cry, AVS, the JPC, if dudes are buying their own plate carriers like the Tier Tactical or the SNS plate frame modular, you can see how a smaller system is going to open up a lot more space for more mission critical equipment that you may have to take with you. So if you need to run light, or if you're screaming out the door because something's gone on in the world, you can see how much space opens up with just a more low profile kit. Or if you need viz stuff, whatever the mission set, whatever the environment you may be going into, you can see how much more space you have in this bag with just that little bit of equipment or essential equipment that you need. So I'm going to pull this into frame. That's the wrong way. So like you can see, that's what it looks like with all of your, I guess you could say, the equivalent amount of equipment that a conventional guy is getting issued without all the extra stuff. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment. We'll answer any questions that you have and help you out. If there's anything specific that you're wondering about with this bag and some of the other bags that are in our video library, definitely take a look at the other gear bags from Eagle Industries, from SoTech, and then also from Force Protection Gear to be able to determine what is going to be best for you, your mission, and what you have going on. So that way it saves you the money in the long run. With that, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.